Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So, somebody in the comments a few days ago said I should probably make these videos earlier in the week instead of like the day before declaration, which I think is a fair criticism. Not only would it help my channel just because the information is valid for longer, but also that you guys see what the distribution or what the estimated distribution would be for longer. All right, so let's go into the calls. I'm gonna try to make this pretty quick. So here's NDX or QDTE. So they went from 25 to 29 contracts, and they went from 930,000 to 1.14 million shares. So pretty big inflows. They served at 1696 strike, and then 2018 is the Flex NDX. What me and Max actually think is what the 4 NDX is. We think it's like a version of NDX, probably on the Flex exchange or something, but we don't exactly know what 4 NDX is. So if you guys do, let me know. So the difference between the strike and the flex is $321. So that's total of $933,000 in the money or in profit. So we're doing good there. So let's look at XDTE. So XDTE started the week with 30 contracts and 32 ended the week with 32 contracts. They started the week with 255,000 outstanding shares and ended the week with 305. So pretty good inflows there. It's like 50,000 in inflows. Still had the 420 strike, and then the Flex SPX is at 553. The difference there is $133. So we are in profit $425,000. Sorry if you could hear my family in the background. My baby just woke up. So yeah, y'all know how that goes. All right, so let's look at their strikes here, or their trades. So as you can see here, I didn't mention it here, but I forgot to collect the data for the 27th, so that's missing. But it's not too big of a deal. We're just gonna estimate what they would have done based on their historical performance. So right now, so the 26th, here they had 25 contracts. Just go ahead and reveal this. So 25 contracts, they collected $83,000, so pretty good amount of money. Looks like they lost Monday or the 26th. So 19,730 was their strike, and it closed at 19,751, which is still actually it's a win actually. So cost of close was only 52,000, but since they collected so much premium here, that they still came out positive. So positive $30,000. So that's actually still a win. All right, so this one is my guess, the 27th. So based on their historical, they were doing 0.5% out of the money, and now lately, like all of June and part of May, you can see they're out of the money here was only on average 0.3%. So so that's something I noticed when I was looking at this. Maybe because I hear Max and other people saying that volatility is going down, so maybe they have to sell closer to the money to make enough premium. But yeah, I have noticed that they're selling around the 3% out of the money. So that's what I chose, and I just took an average for this week for the premium collected. So the premium collected came out to be 85,000, almost 86. So if they sell the 3% out of the money, it would have been 19,800 as their strike, which means they would have won as it closed at 19,789. So that would have been a full profit day. This is just an estimate based off of their historical. All right, so let's go to the 28th. Let's go ahead and reveal. So 26 contracts, collected $66,000. Whoa, what just happened there? That disappeared. All right. Not really sure what's going on with Google. I've been having some issues with Google lately. Let me just grab the data. So the 28th is what I need. 28. Okay. So, 19,890 is what they would have sold, which is 0.37% of the money. And then they would have won as it closed 19,682. All right, so hopefully it doesn't break again. Let's look at here. Well, sorry, this was a full profit day here. So, all right. And then the first, let's go ahead and reveal. So 28 contracts. Premium collected was 82,180. All right, so that's a pretty good day right there. And looks like we won our strike. So 19,890 was our strike, and it closed at 19,812. So pretty good right there. This looks weird. Formula's correct though. All right, whatever. All right, let's keep moving. All right, so full profit day there again. So it looks like we are wins across the board so far. Last day here, which is the second. Let's go ahead and reveal this one. So 28 contracts again, collected $133,000. Wow, that's a big day. That's a big day. Looks like we lost though. All right, so strike at 19,790, and it closed at 20,000. Okay, all right. So cost of close was 621,000. Woo. Okay. That seems crazy, but yeah, that did close a pretty significant amount above. So a loss of 487,000. Oof, that hurts. Oh my god, that hurts. All right, so next, let me just do one last check to see if their outstanding shares went up. I think they did. Yeah. So current outstanding shares is 1.27 million. Whew, man, that's this fund is growing quick. 1.27 million. All right, so right now they have a win percentage of 67.2%. So up from last week. I believe last week's was like at 65. So win rate is up. All right, so now let's just take this and then plug it here. I don't think it likes the commas. All right, and then let's see what we are gonna get with QDTE. Looks like it's gonna be based on the outstanding shares and the premium collected. So total premium was 451,000, and based on the current outstanding shares, we're looking at another pretty big dividend of 35 cents. But that could fluctuate depending if my estimate here was correct, and depending on if we get more outstanding shares or inflows from now until the 9th, because they like to declare early. So now until the 9th, pretty much. All right, so let's go to QDTE. So XDTE. So here, I didn't get to collect that data, as I said earlier, but based on their historical data, they're usually 0.2% out of the money. So that's how I chose their strike, and then I just took the average of this week for their premium collected. All right, so let's go into the first trade. So let's go review. So 30 contracts. Premium collected was 12,500, and it looks like it's a loss. So strike of 54.70, and it closed at 54.77. So cost of close of 23,000, which is a net loss of $11,000. All right, so here we go on the 27th. This is my estimate. I estimated them collecting 16,500, and I estimated them being 2% out of the money. So they had a strike of 54.84, that closed at 54.82. So full profit there. All right, so next day, 30 contracts, collected 16,410 in premium, and looks like it's a win. So strike of 55.05 and closed at 54.60. So full profit day there. So let's go ahead and review the next one. So 30 contracts, collecting 13,410, and they chose the same strike, 55.05, and it closed below the strike at 54.75. This was actually pretty good amount of money, or out of the money, 0.62% out of the money. All right, so next, last trade on the 2nd, 30 contracts again, collected $24,000. Pretty big day. It's a loss though. So 54.90 was a strike, and it closed at 55.09. Dang. All right, and this one was 0.5% out of the money too. So we went 3 for 5 this week. All right, so let's take this and let's do our calculation. So we are looking at 27 cents, depending if my estimate is correct, and depending on outstanding shares. So it can go up, and this estimate would go down, but we will see. XDTE doesn't tend to get as much inflow, so this might be what we're looking at. But QDTE is the one that would probably change. If I was to bet which one's going to get more inflows, I'd bet QDTE. Alright, so let's look at the analysis here. So here we are. Did I get this one? Let me update this part here. There we go. So this was probably rounded. Oh yeah, it's rounded. That's why it's showing 36 instead of 35. There we go. All right, so let me see. Where is this one? Let me just take this here, pop it here. Nope. All right, that's not working. So let me just grab it then. There we go. All right, so our weekly profit loss total, we are negative 672,000. That's mainly because there's like a few big weeks where we lost. It's like this one, this one, this one. So those are the ones that really bring us down right now. So that was the running profit loss. They'll probably net that against their long calls, I would think, but they haven't answered my question on that. So hard to tell what they're actually gonna do. But yeah, so we're looking at $672,000 loss on our short calls. All right, so dividends paid so far is almost $4. So it's roughly, they pay out roughly $1 a month. So not too bad. I would say maybe on par or a little under what FEPI pays. If you guys own FEPI, I think they pay about $1, somewhere between $1 and $1.30, I think is what they pay. And then their average dividend is 26 cents for QDTE. All right, so let's go into XDTE. 305 shares, collected 83,000 in premium. So we're looking at the 27-cent dividend. Let me just grab this latest number, which would be here. All right, so we were positive this month or this week, so that's good. So right now we are in the hole $3,000, almost $4,000. That's not nearly as bad. So I mean, that's nothing. They make way more on their long calls than what this is worth, so that's nothing. All right, and then their total dividends paid is $3. So this one's paying a little under $1 per month, or maybe maybe like 60-70 cents a month or something like that. Um, their average dividend now is 20 cents a week, so not bad. The SPY does have lower volatility, so that's why. And then lastly, I want to go over the charts here. So this QDTE, QQQY, and QQQ, total return, so dividends reinvested. So starting at the inception date of QDTE, QDTE versus QQQY. QDTE is under QQQY about 50 basis points. So yeah, QQQY is beating QDTE, but you would have had to reinvest like all of those dividends to like stay whole, kind of, I would say, because you can't just live off of that. I mean, Jay says that if you just take all the distributions, like 100% of it, you'd be pretty much divesting into cash. So at least with QDTE, even if you pulled 100% of the dividends, the NAV stayed steady. It hasn't really dropped. I mean, right now it's under its inception price. Inception price was like 46.02, I believe. I believe it was 46.02. Yeah, 46.02. So really, we're only down. Sorry about all the clicking. We're only down to about 52 cents, which is like nothing. If you had QQQY, you would have been down like $6. I think they're at like $14 or so. So so yeah, not much NAV erosion in QDTE. But I mean, total return, QQQY is beating QDTE technically. So all right, and then QQQ is up 10% this year, or sorry, since March. So way above the cover call equivalents, but that's expected. The underlying should always outperform in a bull market. All right, and then let's go over to XDTE. So XDTE is 6.62% up since inception, and it's beating out JPY by what, 20 basis points or so. So JPY is at 6.39, XDTE is at 6.62. So it's beating it slightly, 20 basis points. And then SPY is up 7.36. So this one's up about little under 1% above the other. And this is total return also. So QDT has been killing it. Their distributions have been lower, but I believe this is above NAV right now. Let me just double check that. So NAV is at 52.13, and yeah, it's up above its NAV. And this is X date was yesterday, I believe. Let me just double check that. When was X date? So X date, yeah, the 3rd. So X date was yesterday. So this is accounting for the X date drop. So yeah, it's still above its NAV by a pretty good amount. What was it exactly? 13. So like 40 cents above its inception price. So solid performance from so way more above its inception price, like 60 cents, 60 cents above its inception price. So solid performance from XDTE. All right, that's all I had today. Thank y'all for watching. And as usual, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and this is just for fun and entertainment. All right, I'm out.